dumb, some go, 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 just like Diego. God, 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 God. Yeah, I'll leave you.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign, took his game to a new level. Round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
Looking to throw right away, Pickett. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and now it's second down. You look at this Raiders defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball.
And now off to the races, down the right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't. But it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Pickett. And that is incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And he returns this to the 22. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
The drive starts with a run by White, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You look at this Steeler defense, and they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. You know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Young on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Young on first down. Open man right side, Myers. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A first down throw for Young. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. T.J. Watt from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Pickett back to the air on second down. He's got this to Pickens. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First and 10, here's Pickett. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 33 yards that time. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Pickett going to bootleg it. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Pick it up. You're embarrassing us.
Pickett, he's going to throw it again. This is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They start the drive with White. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Throw left side complete. That's Myers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The Raiders at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
Young working out of the gun. He finds his man complete. That's Cochran. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. They run straight ahead here with White. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Young's throw taken in by Adams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He finds his man complete. It's Cochran. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Oh, the defense right there to stop him. Did he get the yard he needed? He did, says the referee. Barely. First down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. Some good, strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
White will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was finished off with a touchdown run by Zamir White. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Young. He hits Adams complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll go up the middle with White. They find some open field here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Ready, straight.
1st and 10. Young. This is White on the screen. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down now, it's Lucas, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, and the Raiders have taken the lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Carlson now to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. 5 plays there on that drive, and it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Pickett's throw into the hands of Pickens. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Finding Pickens for another catch. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A short one there to Firemouth. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Pickett now on 1st down. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Pickett right back to the air again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Try him with Pickett here on 3rd down. That is caught. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Pickett will look to throw it here. Got his man. It's caught for the Steelers touchdown. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand new ball game. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Final play of the half. Young looking deep for Adams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, and it's the Bengals who have the lead in the second quarter. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown reception. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Justin Herbert, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounce back from the defeat on opening weekend. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington Commanders at home at FedEx Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown reception. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense? Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Lucas. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw now. Young. That's complete into the hands of Myers. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Young on 3rd down. And that one goes incomplete on the drive. That's what he definitely normally catches. 4th down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Yeah, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? The ball is gone, and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterward. I know he's trying to make it. That looked open for a minute, but that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Here's Freiermuth again. Stays on his feet. And he will have a Steelers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to... try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field. But, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
First down, Young. Open man is Myers. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. That is catch number 300 now. Career.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 2. It's Young off play action. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Wright. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st and 10, Young. He finds his man complete. That's Coughlin. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First down, here's White. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Young off the play fake. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Tackle made by Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd down, here's Pickett. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. We have played 3. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Harris running straight ahead. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. The tackle there by Marcus Epps. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Pickett. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin. 7-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. A first down throw for Young. And it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. Breaks through the contact. Racing to the end zone. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up. 1st and goal at the 5. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a 2nd season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Now Pickett. And he'll just get rid of it.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Pickett back to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Pickett now, 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
St. Gonzalez on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Raiders. And that big fourth-quarter return, Charles, makes this a one-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
Carlson on for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, Pickett. He'll let it fly for Austin. Oh, that is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the give, this is Harris. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around.
As I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth-quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Zamir White, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their 25-yard line. Harris will start the drive out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 108 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now a 2nd and 10. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Back to throw, Pickett. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. A give to Harris, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 2nd down. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, Austin.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still third down.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Harris. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So the Raiders now down by a field goal, 56 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Young. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10. Young to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Young. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. 4th down, 10 yards to go. It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. Eluding the and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there, and the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one, Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Pittsburgh, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.